I'm pleased to be here one more time to do a live broadcast for Four Corners Radio at the best place to get wings, Anchor Bar in Leesburg.
Yes, sir.
I'm joined by two great men for this for Loudoun Soccer. One being Doug Raftery, Executive Business Officer for Loudoun United FC, and Ollie Gage, Director of Soccer for Loudoun FC. How are you guys doing tonight?
I think we're great. Anytime you're at Anchor Bar Leesburg, pretty good night. Pretty good night.
Of course.
Top of the table.
Top of the table. He's
Top
right.
of the table.
He's right. He's right. But thank you guys for joining me today. I know we're going to get into a lot of the soccer stuff and everything, but I really just want to start off with Doug and then Ollie, whenever you guys want to pass it off. Like, what got you started in the sports industry? After your legendary run at Hood College, Doug, what got you into that sports realm? What were you looking for next?
Legendary is an understatement.
That's what I have in my notes. That's what it says. Legendary.
So, I played when I could at Hood College. Injuries got the best of me, but was fortunate to be able to play. And I had the itch consistently just to be in sports. I was a broadcasting communications major. One day I picked up and left and went out west to Reno, Nevada, and for 5 years was out with the Reno 1868 FC, which was in the USL Championship at the time, and the Reno Aces, also a AAA affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I got lucky enough to step into the GM of business operations role for 1868. A lot of things happened in 2020, as we know, and after 2020, decided that it was time to move back this direction. I'm from New Jersey, my family's in Raleigh, and continued to find the passion and follow the passion of soccer in this area. I was lucky enough to join Loudoun United back in late 2021. So I've been here since, and I've seen it grow immensely, which has been really neat.
You guys have did that. What about you all?
Yeah, my journey is obviously a little bit different. Being from the UK, soccer is the religion. Not just one of the religions, it's the religion. But even more so on my personal side, I'm very lucky. My dad was a professional soccer player growing up. He played in the Premier League for Sheffield United, Aston Villa. So for me, I was a failed academy player, not quite good enough. Came out here to play college, and I went home at 21 after 3 or 4 amazing years out here playing at college, and asked myself, what can I do to avoid sitting behind a desk every day? And followed the path, I guess, and if I wasn't going to make it as a player, I certainly was going to make it on the other side of the game, in the back offices. Kind of got into soccer data analytics and video analysis, and that was the start of my journey.
Awesome. Well, I got to bring up the Premier League now that you did it. I'm a Liverpool fan, so I got to do my thing with Mo Salah, so he's my guy. So.
Yeah, our fates are a little bit different this year. We spend a lot of time looking up at the table of Sheffield United fans.
Of course. Well, then let's just start it off right away. Ollie, here's the first question. So right now, you guys are at top of the table. You guys are 0-1. The record, and you guys are in the Eastern Conference. So how is that good feeling to feel? Because I know you guys have been trying to feel like you guys are right there. You're about to break through. What's the start mean to you guys as a football club?
Yeah, I mean. We try not to get too carried away after 2 games. It's a little bit easier to be at the top of the table than it is after 20 games. But 3 points on the weekend is the same as 3 points on the last weekend every year. So right now it's about getting points on the board. But more importantly, our performances have been good. So we've had a couple of great results, but the performances have deserved them as well. And this is a newish group. There's a few returning players, but there's also new faces. And getting off to a positive start is incredibly important to kind of take that momentum into the next couple of games before we return home. And hopefully we're still top of the table in a few weeks' time when we play well.
Of course, I want you here. I want to see you guys with the trophy here next to it when the year ends. That's what I think.
Yeah, I kind of want that too.
So and bouncing off to you, Doug, being on the business side. So now you guys know you guys have been great. But you feel as a business side of that.
Yeah, it feels great. Obviously, when you grow compared to the other way around, it's funny, back in 2021, into the 2022 season was the first time that I was able to witness a Loudoun United match, and I'll never forget our first match in 2022 was 0 degrees. It snowed 4 inches. We had no snow removal plan for the facility, and we plowed the field, but me and like 10 others were shoveling the stands of snow, and there were 100 people who showed up. Doug Rogers, one of our Stampede members, was one of those folks and was helping shovel the stadium. And it's progressed all the way to a crowd of 3,800 people on Saturday night against NCFC. And that has been really, really neat to see. And it comes with a lot of work, a lot of community appearances, and some marketing dollars, and support like this from Anchor Dollars, and all of that comes together in the community center of what we were hoping Loudoun United and Center Field could become is starting to become that.
I like hearing that because I know you guys have been trying so hard to be integrated with the community and everything. So what are the future plans for you guys in sponsorships and getting Loudoun County involved with everything, especially like philanthropies and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about it. We've done some different things at our matches, and we'll continue those throughout the 24 season. So we do an end-of-school bash, as we call it, which will occur in June. It's the last day of Loudoun County Public Schools on June 14th. We'll host a match, but we've hosted a hiking drive with Loudoun Economic Development. We've hosted food drives, snack drives. We've done multiple different philanthropic, drives right at games specifically. But then I think from an out there perspective, right, donating is one of the easiest things. From donating tickets, we donated over $30,000 of just tickets last year to be raised in benefits and galas and community events. So that type of stuff is the easy stuff, right? We're donating merchandise, we're donating tickets, and then we're giving back in multiple ways as we continue to look at things. So one of the nights this year we'll have Cancer Awareness Night at the facility, and at a Loudoun United match, and we'll be giving a portion of the proceeds of all ticket sales back to select organizations. So it really just depends on the night and the theme and what we're trying to do. And it's all encompassing, and kind of that's why we're there. That's why we're there, and we're there for the community.
Listen, and we appreciate that because honestly, a lot of organizations need that help, and they want to see those professional players helping out and everything, and see them even on. But I do want to ask a question because I know you've been. We did talk about your background a little bit, so I know you did a little bit with AAA baseball, and you now are doing a lot with soccer. So, what is the different operations standpoints from baseball to soccer? A lot of people think like operations in sports is the same down the board. So, can you speak to it a little bit? What's the difference?
Yeah, the soccer fans don't show up until kickoff.
There you go. That's it.
No, I think for me the best part about soccer is that in the end there's 17 home matches, and all 17 of them just feel like they matter. In baseball, 70 home games, it can get very tiring. It's day in and day out. I still consider myself a general baseball fan, but when you work in it, it can be very, like you forgot. You don't even remember what the score was. I literally could sit here and tell you the dates and the kickoff time of every single one of the home matches this year without looking at a calendar, a schedule, etc. Like I know it's burned into my brain. So I think that's the neatest thing about soccer. I say you go to a baseball game, you have like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend series, and that's usually your bread and butter, and you have a lot of themes and all that, but I compare like a soccer match, all of those 3 nights in baseball were like plopped onto that one soccer match because you've got to build it out so big because you only have 17 of them. Right. So I think that's the biggest difference. And then no joke, everyone shows up. So our gates get slammed pretty good, and we learned a lot this past Saturday as the season kicked off. But we try to get everybody in as quick as possible and as efficient as possible, and hope that they see as much as the game as humanly possible.
I love hearing that. It's usually because of the tailgating, and that's the problem. That's definitely the problem.
I'll leave that for others.
No. But I do want to talk to Ollie a little bit about one person in particular, the head man, Ryan Martin. he took over in the midway season. I know you, I mean, hopefully everybody remembers. He took over midway of the inaugural season. He's been there 3.5 years. Having a coach for that long, and with people who want instant success nowadays, how is it, how do you feel when you have a guy who's been there that long, put his styles together, and he was given a chance to build the program that he wanted?
Yeah, you know, before we go into the ins and outs of it, I think, and it's not just a cliche that you probably expect from me right now as the head of soccer for the club, but Ryan's been unbelievable since I got here. I've been so impressed. I think looking at the club's history, it's easy to look at Ryan and say, you know, is he the right man? You know, has he done this, has he done that? But when you kind of peel back the layers, you see what he's had to deal with this club over the last 3.5 years. He's done an incredible job. And I've looked from him, we're the solution to some of the problems we have. The one thing I'd say about him is he's got an incredibly open-minded approach to finding a solution to problems that every club in this league has. You know, we don't always have Major League Soccer money, Major League Soccer infrastructure. And for a coach to just say, okay, well, how do we fix it? And roll with the punches. I've been so pleasantly impressed by everything Ryan's done. Having a guy here that's been there 3.5 years when I come in on day one, incredibly useful. You know, we had a little bit of a gap in defence pre-season, we were a little bit worried about a couple of injuries, and Ryan's like, okay, here's the 4 guys I want to take a look at, and all I have to do then is go away and do my job. You know, instead of working with a brand new coach, you know, finding out the player pool in the league and who might be available, trying to just, you know, use the head coach, a GM, physio, kit man, everything in years past. So he's a great resource to have, and a great coach.
So I always talk about it every time. Franchise, no matter what sport, the head coach is not somebody people believe in, they're not going to follow. And I think that's the biggest thing. And that talk goes back to all the returnees that you guys have. And I want to talk about two individuals, Zach and Khalil on the front end. How is it, is the duo, having that duo lead the attack? How big is that for you guys?
Yeah, they've got off to a great start.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah.
Everyone's talking about them this weekend and all over Twitter and social media and whatever else. They've been great. You know, Zach's the captain, he's returning from last year.
Right.
He leads from the front, he works his butt off day in, day out, and then at the weekend in game time, you know, and both of them are reaping the rewards of the hard work they put in. So to have 2 guys like that returning, creating goals, scoring goals, and then some of the older guys that have come in this year to kind of back them up and support them and have a bit more of a solid foundation to the team that hasn't really been there in years past. It's made a huge difference.
Absolutely. And one more question for you. For people who don't watch Loudoun United, who's the guy that people need to know his name now? Because later he's going to be a superstar, in your opinion. I know, I put you on the spot. You don't have to, you can't give me all superstars, you gotta pick one.
That's a tough one. I'm trying to think of the players that I've signed versus what Ryan signed. No, you know,
Florian.
they're not my children, but I love all my children equally. You know, I try not to bleed the thick in it. I think we've got 3 or 4 guys on the roster that are going to play Major League Soccer at some point in their career.
Awesome.
And you know, we've got Keegan at the back, who's a young player on loan from Columbus in MLS. I think after he gets a season under his belt with us, I'd be very surprised if he's not playing Major League Soccer next year. And if he's not, we definitely want to be back here again. I say that confidently after 2 games already. And there's a couple of guys that have had a shot at MLS. Wasn't quite the right situation for them, wasn't quite the right time. And maybe in the season with us, someone like good at it, playing Major Soccer. But, you know, player development isn't linear, and it's very surprising in your career. You've got some guys sometimes that fly under the radar, they just do the hard work and training or whatever, and then they just explode out of nowhere.
Right.
And the kind of hot shot that you expect to do big things doesn't quite make it work. So, what we do is we provide them with opportunities and the tools and the resources to be the best they can be, and then it's up to them to get it going.
Absolutely. No, I honestly, in any sport, but soccer specifically, they were taught at a young age to just do one thing: run fast and kick that ball hard. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, it's good to hear this. That goes to Doug. I mean, Doug, this is a point for you, a question for you. Having this in Loudoun County, how do you try and beat out the other? I hate to say it, you're going against other things in this county, or you're going against other things in DC. So, how do you market Loudoun FC? Come out every Saturday, come see us. What do you do for it?
Yeah, I think for us, we're gonna use the media cliches. You know, you control the controllables. You know, I think that you can go and you can get caught up in a bunch of things. To be very frank, I got some feedback that there was a guy with a last name Messi supposed to be playing in DC this past Saturday at 2 p.m. He didn't end up playing. But they got also guys named Alba and some other folks who draw well. But DC United is DC United, right? I think that there's going to be a fandom there, and there should be, right? Obviously, there's a lot of mutual respect there with that organization, and I think that it's they do well, like they do overall well. We don't think that's our market. We think that there's going to be soccer fans who go to DC United, and if we happen to play on the same date, they might not come to Loudoun United. Right. However, we think that we're going to do so many other things that there is a big enough pool for us to draw from in a 5,000 seat stadium. You know, it's a backyard club, right? Like we want to be there. We're going to schools. We're doing carpool. We're giving you know these kids opportunities to see what it's like to be a professional soccer player. And if you don't want to be a professional soccer player, come and have fun in the kids zone or come on the field after a match and kick a ball in net. You can't do that at DC United. So there's various things, right? Parking, right? No charge this year. We've changed. You know, tickets, you know, $20, right? Like there's a lot of entry-level, family-friendly feelings of Loudoun United that I just don't think the other sports properties offer. Now, there's going to be competition in general for other things, right? Like whether that's you want to bring your family to a winery or a brewery or Ion right down the road or whatever it might be, Anchor Bar, of course, right? When they want to come to. I think that those things are a thing, but we're talking about, you know, a lot of people, right? 500,000 plus, right, in Loudoun County. So we think that there's a market, and those are small little things, but in the end, we try not to get caught up in it, and we worry about us. And I think when you start worrying about others, that's your first problem.
Exactly. And I think that's the big point you put the blinders on and everything. When you took that job, that was probably the first thing you thought is, how can I make this better and not worry about the competition?
Yeah, sorry, not just to jump in, but you know, Doug does an incredible job. But we've got on the soccer side, we've got the responsibility to help you put on a show. You know, you can be the best, you know, marketer, ticket sales or whatever, but if you're selling a ticket to if you're selling a ticket to something that's not that much fun to watch, you're not selling any tickets for week 2 or week 3. So, you know, Loudoun in its history hasn't won an awful lot of games, comparatively speaking. They've never played a playoff game, and we have to change that to help Doug do his job, and we will change that. You know, it's going to take time. I'm brand new in the job. I'm part of a new wave of investment from the ownership group. A new ownership group that's finally getting to kind of put their fingerprints on the floor and say, this is what we are. But we have to play playoff soccer here at Loudoun if we're going to help those sell some tickets.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah, somebody over there was clapping away, but no, honestly, you guys have obviously Anchor Bar, you got 4 quarters behind you guys. We're going to be right there behind you recording, so don't worry about that. But is there any partnerships that you're excited to talk about, like coming down the pipeline? I know you talked about like philanthropies and stuff like that, but is there something that people should get excited about, like a partnership? Like I know you guys just signed something with DC Now. Like, is that something that you want to just highlight?
Yeah, I think various things, right? So DC News Now and the DCW 50 is a huge partnership for us. So it's the first time that we're ever on network television, and all the games are also streamed live on DCNewsNow.com, all of our home games. So it's a great thing to be a market that is on TV. There's not every market's not on TV, right? The USL Championship, so I think that they've shown a commitment to being a local, right, television station. They're sending folks out for media day. We're doing weekly media sessions with Coach Ryan and making sure that we're out there. So DC News Now is huge. The other point I do want to point out is I think a big game changer for us is Ollie's talked about the new ownership group, and we talk a lot about culture and identity. We have felt that we've lacked our identity from just what we wear on the pitch, and we have changed that here, hanging up right behind us, our new kits, which I think are phenomenal. I may have had a hand in designing it.
Yeah, talk about it.
Maybe I'm biased. But so the 703 kit, I think we're the only club that does not, we are not calling either of these our home kit or a road kit. It's not a thing. We wore black. The shadow kit at home this past Saturday, that might be different. I didn't know 13th more back home. So the home kit, it represents the crest. Basically, if you look at the 703 kit, if you look at the shadow kit, the crest in the top left has the triangular figures that we wanted to make sure that we popped a little bit with some red coloring, some white coloring. For the first time ever, we don't have a color logo. We went with a flat white on the left chest. We do a bet fret on the back of our kits, our sports betting partner, and then Chorus on the front. Does a lot of work with the Department of Defense, and Chorus for the first time this year is on the front of our kits, and then our shadow kits has a Pegasus outline, a little bit of a gray hue, and a lot of folks don't see it right away, but Pegasus is the Loudoun County equestrian background, and that's what the Pegasus is truly from. We took the Pegasus out of the crest, plopped it on the kits in certain directions, and is really a neat kit. So Capelli Sport did a great job. Their 4 cubes on the shoulders are their sticking point, the Capelli way, and they designed the kits, and I think did a great job.
No, these are amazing. I'm gonna get both. Actually, I'm gonna get the white and the black. So I'm putting in my order now. But just parting thoughts, guys. What is your expectations this season? Just I know we talked about it a little bit, but I know you're gonna say championship and everything. But really, what is the outlook for the Loudoun Club this year?
I expect us to sell every game here. Like I said,
Go, Mo!
we're going to be better than we've ever been before on the pitch. I can almost guarantee that from what I've watched in the past on video before I took this job to what I've seen in person and the group of players we have. I think we're going to play playoff soccer this year for the first time in Loudoun's history. I really are. From there, who knows? At that point, it's all about the playoff run, but I think Loudoun, from what I've seen so far, Loudoun's going to be playing playoff soccer at the end of the year.
I love hearing that. Doug, what about you? You gonna do the same thing?
I'm just gonna eat more wings at Anchor Bar. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. They're unreal, the joke. So for me, I think we definitely have projections and wants, right, from an attendance standpoint. We have we're up 50% in corporate partnerships. We're doing things better than we ever have, right? And I think that as long as I sell out crowds, the team wins games is what I heard. So we have to sell out crowds and appreciate the support of the community. But I think a lot, I'm looking forward to seeing how the new processes and new things that we've added, new food vendors, new systems, new parking setup, new team gear partner, fireworks. With all of the newness, I'm looking forward to seeing how all the newness plays out. And seeing how the community reacts to it. Because sometimes you don't know. We think that there's a lot of exciting things on the horizon, and we hope that people come and check it out.
Absolutely, yeah. So please go check them out here in Loudoun County. Please go look them up online on DC Now. They're streaming sites. I know you guys are away this week. Follow them. They are they're in a hot start. I mean, let's go. Let's get playoff soccer. So thank you guys for coming on. Doug, Ollie, thank you guys. Absolutely. us
Let's go,
on
Loudoun.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube for these videos, as well as follow Loudoun United FC on their Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and all where you can find their promotions, their nights. Definitely follow them. And this is live from Four Corners at Anchor Bar. Thank you guys again for watching.